Rural Heritage on RFD TV is brought to you by Rural Heritage Magazine, a bi-monthly magazine featuring articles about farming and logging with draft animal power, small-scale diversified family farming and homesteading, and other aspects of our rich rural heritage. Rural Heritage Magazine, borrowing from yesterday to do the work of today. For subscription information, please call 319-362-3027 or order online at www.ruralheritage.com.
Hi, I'm Joe Mishka. Welcome to another episode of Rural Heritage TV. Having grown up farming with horses and mules, Gene England of Talmo, Georgia, has an extensive knowledge of vintage horse-drawn farm equipment and how it was used. And having run a tractor dealership for many years, he's very familiar with modern machinery. In today's episode, Gene shows us how he has taken old-fashioned equipment and freshened it up with some modern improvements.
This is an international plow that was made back in probably 1920s or 30s, and I modified it a little bit. It had a 16-inch bottom on it, which required 3 horses pulling it. So I took that off and took a 13 Oliver walking plow and made the adjustments here. I had to make some brackets to make it run correct. So you can, and then I also put this on it, put me a tractor seat on it, and I have an umbrella that goes over me here.
Sure.
I put the little foot plate, welded it in here, and added this, which wasn't on the plow.
Right.
Now these plows, you get to the end, get ready to raise the plow, you just hit that with your foot, and it's cogged here to where it raises automatically. And then when you get ready to turn and go back, you just hit this lever and it goes back to the ground.
Do you know about what year this would have been made? What span?
Probably the 1920s or 30s. But it's a real good plow and works good. They come originally with a wood tongue.
Sure.
I made all of this and redesigned it to where I could put a metal tongue in it.
Nice. Yeah, that's wonderful.
And I come up with the idea. I made my first riding plow on a forecart from I&J, which you don't have to do much to, but I put hydraulics on them. And these, I put electric cylinder on it to where you have a battery on it, and you can lower the plow, and then when you get to the end, you can also raise it. And this works real good. This is a mulesing mower. I didn't know they made a 3-point hitch, but it had their sign on it, mulesing mower.
Yeah.
We had to build this up on the cart to get it where it would raise it high enough. But you can put the I&J 3-point hitch on it. But if you put it on these posts like they're supposed to be,
Right.
then your plow's over in the middle of the forecart, and you run your wheel in the furrow, and it won't throw the dirt over. So we move the hitch over and weld it onto the axle and make it to where we can. Now this is a 93, 94 Chattanooga walking plow bottom, and we just took it off, the big plow off, and put this on it. Those plows has like a tractor plow, and about a 14-inch is about as small as you can get.
Right.
But this is one we fixed for a friend.
So it would have been on a tractor, would have been on a 3-point hitch?
Yeah,
Okay.
this would.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah. And we had to slide the hitch over and let this come this way as far as we could. He wanted tractor tires on his forecart, instead of the regular auto tires. He thinks the ribs might hold him on the hill better, which it would a little bit.
Right.
And we welded the frame here to put a tractor seat on it. So you can set up here and you can reach your switch here real easy. Now this one is got the I&J 3-point hitch. If you notice, it's the same plow, everything. But see how much easier, how much more simpler. All we did, we took these mounts off that go over the pipe.
Right.
And laid this down and bolted this on and got it over far enough where it throws the dirt in the furrow here, see. And it's electric also, see. And this one, your seat is in the center with this one because the hitch don't come up so high. And we took this off of the other cart because it was in the way. But using this one, the reason I left this on, you can get the depth you want to go here, and when you let it down, it won't let it go no further. Won't get it too deep.
Yeah.
And we fill in and weld some plates in here on the cart and put fenders on it. These are the plates, and make a plate for the battery. And
Sure.
and if you were to be on a hillside and you needed the cart up the hill, you can take the pin out and pull this over to here, or you can go that way to shift the cart back and forth. Where the old plow up yonder that's made in the 20s has a lever over here that shifts your tongue back and forth.
Okay.
And it does, you do the shifting here by moving the pins.
Gotcha. It's a nice platform
Yeah,
and a nice railing.
right.
Yeah.
Now this is,
You had to make on that first one.
this is my forecart. This one is Smith Wilson, and the front one is Mark Chadwick's. Now this is one I rigged up. Maybe this is an I&J forecart, and you don't have the adjustment in the front axle,
Right.
but you've got pedal steering. It turns the wheels, so you can shift it over this way and get in the furrow a lot better. This one I put hydraulics on. It raises and lowers just simply by hydraulics.
Yeah.
And we added all of this to the I&J. Now,
Fender and a step.
yeah, the reason the hitch will work better on the I&J, see, it's got the brackets on it here that fit over the pipes.
Right.
And you can do it on an I&J. See, it's not as wide as the Pioneer.
Right.
And then you have pedal steering on it, which will turn the wheel back and forth.
Right.
Now I have a smaller plow on this one because my mules I have now, they weigh about around 1,100 pounds a piece. So that's a plow to fit them, you know. So.
Right. What would this have been for?
Okay, that was this was a 92 Chattanooga walking plow, which would have been a horse and a half.
Okay.
And that's where that's a handle bracket there.
For lifting it up when you get to the end?
No, that's for your handles for a walking plow.
Oh, okay. All right.
So you had a
Now I
handle
understand.
coming up and one up here.
Right. Okay.
Now I couldn't take that off because it had all of this holding the mow board. And if you'll notice, see, this one come off a walking plow, and it's got the same bracket on it.
Yep.
And this is I did this to where I cut the tongue and welded a piece to where it could go up in there and put a pin in it and hold it. And then if I'm going to a field day, put the mules on the trailer, I take this apart, the tongue, and I got a little hitch here that put 2 bolts in it up here, and I pull this behind the horse trailer.
Nice.
And you don't have to load or carry a trailer to do it.
That's great. When did you do this one?
I did this probably about 15 years ago.
Okay.
And I like the I&J turning plow better. This is a I&J turner. It's just lighter and more simple. It doesn't have as much metal and weight to it as these do.
Right. You use it every year?
Yeah, we use it at all of our field days.
Yeah.
And we plow a garden out here with it.
Yeah, that first one we looked at has more adjustments, more levers, right? That old
The old one,
yeah.
yeah, let's go back up and let me go over it. I didn't talk about it.
So it has a fixed tongue and it doesn't have foot steering.
Now, what you have to steer it, if you'll notice the tongue here slides back and forth through this, and to change that, this lever here moves the tongue back and forth
Okay.
to guide it, this
Okay,
lever.
Sure, sure. It pushes this forward or back.
Right.
Sure.
Now, this lever here just raises and lowers this wheel here. When you get in the furrow and you're over one-sided, you can let this lever down, level your plow up, see, and it won't. And also that lever here, of course, just raises and lowers the plow, but
Right.
you raise it with a foot pedal, and that's just to let the plow back down.
So on these rubber-tired ones, when that furrow wheel goes in, you can't adjust the tip.
No.
Yeah.
No.
You just get tipped.
Right.
It's a marvel what they did back in the day, isn't it?
It sure is. This originally had a little flat springs piece of steel that come up and come over like this, and you had a pan seat like those back yonder,
Yeah.
little steel seat, and I put a cushion rider seat on this, and I put me a step over here to get up on,
Yeah.
and this bracket, of course, like I said before, it holds my umbrella that goes up over.
Yeah. And that platform and the railing is awfully nice for safety's sake,
Right.
especially if you loan it out to somebody. So this one belongs to somebody else. This one's yours.
Now this is mine.
Yeah, yeah.
And this is a one-row cultivator.
Right. Now you don't call those shovels, do you?
Yeah, they're
You do-
sweeps.
Okay.
Yeah,
Sweeps.
yeah. This was a brand new cultivator I bought out of an old hardware store that's going out of business. And we've used it some, but it hadn't been used all that much. But it sat out in the weather and the paint got bad on it.
You sit on it, it lifts the tongue. In other words, this tongue is heavy. If I go to pick it up right now, yeah?
No, it's not too
No,
bad.
it's not, okay. But
And,
if you sit on that seat, it's going to pull it up
It
even more.
yeah, it
Take
makes
off
it lighter.
Take it off the collars.
And so you have all kind of adjustments. You can adjust your the width of your sweeps here with this lever.
Yep.
This lever here levels the tongue back and forth this way. These two lets the plows down. And you guide this with your feet in this, you can push it and it stirs the cultivator. If you're getting too close to the row, you can mash it and it'll work its way back and forth.
These are pretty aggressive shovels, aren't they?
They are. I like little points on it, little plow points.
Right.
This is what was on it. And it also has a set of hiller discs that goes up, that bolts in here. And you can use the hiller disc or the sweeps like this.
Yeah, nice. It's an elegant machine.
Yeah. Used to, when we were plowing our crops, we had just a wooden beam plow stock that you had just one sweep and plow on it. You went one time on one side, one on the other. You went 3 times in the middle. Where this, you could just go down and plow the whole row at one going.
And what's the make of this? This is an international?
I don't
McCormick?
know. This doesn't have a name on it, so
Okay.
I never did know what kind it was. This one, the gentleman that's got it, he's kind of like I am. He can't crawl up on something too good. I also added a step on this for him,
Right.
so he can step up on it and get up on the cart. Okay, this is an International number 9 high gear mowing sickle mower. And we put the dolly wheel under it, which I love. I'd recommend that
Sure.
for anybody.
Right.
And we used to mow when I was a kid at home with the sickle mowers. They'd clog up about every maybe 50 to 100 foot. You'd have to get off and unclog it. We didn't know about stub guards then, but me being a tractor dealer, we were selling New Holland hay binds, and if you wanted to cut real rank hay, they always recommended stub guards. Now, stub guard, if you'll notice, that's it right here, and it doesn't have a top on it. You can put your knives, I'm going to change this, put heavy-duty knives on it, but when you put stub guards, you got to put a hold down on every station. It takes 9 hold downs, and if you don't put those like that, it won't mow. Now, if you had just standard guards, it only takes 5 hold downs, about like that going up.
If you didn't have all of them, it would plug up between the scissors?
Yeah, it'll just ride over it and would not cut
I
it.
gotcha.
But you've got to have the stub guards on it. I mean the hold downs on every station, you see.
I see. And so what this is doing is creating more of a scissors action.
Yeah, it works, and it doesn't have that top on the guard that will let it clog up. It'll cut, and you can cut through where you've already cut. Where with standard guards, if you've got a place where the blade goes out where you've already cut, it picks that up and clogs. You can even mow with it. It started raining on us back last summer. We were mowing some with it, and the grass was wet, but it was still mowing just like if it was dry.
Huh. So back in the day when this was made, they didn't have the benefit of the stub
No,
guards.
not at all. Sure
That was a more modern innovation
Right.
or requirement for the hay binds.
Right.
Huh.
Now the Amish will rework these, and they'll put maybe 2 stub guards here and maybe 2 stub guards here, and the rest of them standard guards. Now, the only disadvantage to a stub guard, if you're cutting hay maybe 6 or 8 inches tall, it won't cut as clean, but if you got a tall stand of grass, it'll go through it and just cut it like a lawnmower.
Huh.
But that's a number 9 high gear, and it hadn't been used all that much. It's a fairly new mower. Now this is a 1-horse mowing machine. Very few, you don't see many of them.
No.
Now I have standard guards on it, if you'll notice the difference in stub guards. And see the hold downs, it don't take as many hold downs when you got standard guards, because you have this on top of the guard to make it cut the hay.
But you can see why it would work better. I mean, you can just see why it would work better with the other.
Right.
No, you don't see too many antique 1-horse mowers.
No.
This is a 3-foot bar? No, 4-foot bar.
No, it's a 3-foot bar.
Is it? Okay.
And it's a McCormick Darien as well.
Right.
And if you'll notice, we have the oil cups on all of them. The original oil cup.
This program is available for purchase. To order your copy, please call 319-362-3027 or visit www.ruralheritage.com. Rural Heritage is a bi-monthly magazine dedicated to draft animal farming and logging, as well as other aspects of our rich rural heritage. It is published by Mishka Press, which also offers a complete line of back-to-the-land books, DVDs, and calendars. Call or write for a catalog or subscription information, or visit our website at www.ruralheritage.com.